Good morning, students. In my previous video, I have started the chapter India's foreign trade. In this chapter, I discuss about India's foreign trade at the time of independence, after independence, and what is international trade, what is composition of trade, and direction of trade also. Before proceeding this chapter, I would like to revise important points, and so it would be easy for you to understand this chapter. So, at the time of independence, India was a backward and a stagnant economy. Most of the trade was unilateral. Most of the export and import done to the Britain, and British were controlling India's foreign trade as a monopoly. British impose high taxes on those goods where India is expert in exporting before British rule, and British also use India as a for their ready-made India as a market for their ready-made goods. Now, composition of trade. Then, what is composition of trade? Composition of trade means export and import, items of export and import. After independence, there has been substantial change in the composition of India's foreign trade. There has been significant decline in agriculture share of agricultural items in total export. This happened because India started using its farm product as raw material for its domestic industry, and that is a substantial rise in India's population has raised the domestic consumption of farm products. Because of rise in population, there has been consistently rise in demand of goods that is consumed by the population. Then increase in percentage share of manufactured goods. Percentage share of manufactured goods in total export has tended to rise. Presently, India is exporting gems and precious metals, machineries, vehicles. These are the notable goods which are exporting by the India. These changes in the composition of India's foreign trade shows that India is no longer a static and backward economy. That is, at the time of independence, India is considered as agrarian economy. Agrarian economy is that type of economy which depends on agricultural sector, including in livestock farming and crop production. So at the time of independence, India was considered as agrarian economy, but after the effort of planner and economist and our policy makers, India is no longer merely an agrarian economy. Because of consistent rise in GDP, India is considered as a developing economy. The next topic was direction of foreign trade. Direction of foreign trade refers to the country to which a country export its goods and services, and country from which it imports goods and services. In terms of India, presently our major trading partners, means India's major trading partners are UAE, United Arab Emirates, China, United States of America, Switzerland, Singapore, Iran, Australia, Hong Kong, Korea, Indonesia, UK, Japan, and Belgium. This is a sharp contrast to pre-1951 scenario. At the time of British colony, major international trade was confined or restricted largely to United Kingdom or Britain. Few trade was occurred to USA and Commonwealth countries. The directional pattern of India's foreign trade is that in the recent years, it is seen that UAE, United Arab Emirates, has emerged as our leading trading partners. USA, which was our leading partner till 2007-8, continue to remain so. United States of America is the biggest trade partner of India, and followed by UAE, that is United Arab Emirates, and China. United States shares in India's export during 2018-19 financial year was recorded to be 15.9%, while UAE was 9.1%, and China share is India's export was recorded to 5.1%. That is the share of export from these respective countries. So major share of export is still with United States of America, then after UAE, and then after China. And the total export in China's contribution is 5.1%. As far as India's import is concerned, China has occupied first position, means India is purchasing goods and services from China among the rest of the world, and and their contribution is 13.7%, followed by USA, that is United States of America, that is 6.9%, Saudi Arabia 5.6%, and Switzerland, that is 3.5%. From these data you can see that Saudi Arabia emerged as most significant trading partner, recorded about 4% share in India's foreign trade between 2010-11 to 2018-19. From this discussion, it is interesting to note that in the wake of globalization, is the present scenario, that is globalization introduced in India in 1991, and free trade, Chinese goods have dominated in the Indian market much more than Indian goods in the Chinese market. Consequently, our import from China have risen much more than our export to China. So that China has succeeded much more than India's in harnessing the gains of international trade. Through this discussion, we can say that China is getting more from international trade with India, because their contribution in import is around 15.5%, and their contribution in export is merely 5.1%. Means India is exporting China, and total export, India is exporting China to just 5.1%, and importing goods and services from China is their percentage is 15.5% in total import. So this is the direction of foreign trade. Through this discussion, it is evident in India's foreign trade that the major international trade occurs after 1991. That's why 1991 is considered as a year of divide. The volume of trade has tended to gain momentum only after 1990. Why? Because till 1990, India were relying on a different trade strategy. Pre-1990, the different trade strategies were taken by the government. Indian government was relying on inward-looking trade strategy, which failed to give desired result or expected result. Then what is inward-looking trade strategy? Inward-looking trade strategy refers to a policy of reliance on import substitution. Then again, what is import substitution? Import substitution refers to import substitution refers to the technique of domestic production of those goods and services which the economy has been importing from rest of the world. This is a strategy to save foreign exchange by restricting the volume of import. Before 1991 90 sorry India has a policy of inward looking trade strategy, and in this policy Indian government adopted a policy that is import substitution. In import substitution, government discourage foreign import of goods and services, so the interest of domestic industry can be protected. The import substitution were basically for the restricting the volume of foreign trade, especially import, through which government can save their foreign exchange. And what is the importance of foreign exchange? You know very well, students. Foreign exchange is necessary because these foreign exchange helps the government to purchasing defense goods from the rest of the world, and defense goods is very necessary for the protection of this protection of our country. Foreign exchange was to be utilized. These foreign exchange was utilized for development import, which is essential for growth and development, but cannot be produced domestically. Those goods which cannot be produced domestically, those then foreign exchange can be utilized by the government, and especially government purchase those goods which are necessary for growth and development and safety and security of this country. By adopting inward looking trade strategy, the government prefer to economize the foreign exchange rather than maximize the generation of foreign exchange through export promotion. Also, government wanted to protect the domestic territory from international competition. That's why government using this strategy, that is inward looking trade strategy and import substitution. It had both good and bad effect of inward trade strategies on the industrial health of the economy. It is seen that the strategies of inward looking trade strategies has both positive and negative effect on industrial health of the economy. First, I will discuss about the positive impact or good impact of inward looking trade strategy. So, first thing is it is seen that through the help of inward looking trade strategy, the high rate of industrial growth and structural transformation. The percentage contribution of industrial sector at GDP increased from 12% in 1951 to nearly 25% in 1991. In 1991, the contribution of industrial sector was merely 12%, and that increased to around 25% in 1991, despite the introduction of green revolution. Rising share of industrial sector in GDP is a sign of economic growth based on structural transformation of the economy. What is structural transformation? Here, structural transformation occurs when there is rise in the percentage share of secondary and tertiary sector, in GDP. What is secondary and tertiary sector? The another name of secondary sector is manufacturing sector or industrial sector, and tertiary sector, that is service sector. Rising the contribution of secondary and tertiary sector in GDP and the corresponding fall in the percentage shares of share of countries of primary sector, that is agriculture sector. Then the contribution of inward looking trade strategy is diversification of industrial goods. If we discuss at the time of 1950, very few goods were manufactured by the industries, but in the tenure of 1950 and to 1990, we saw diversification of industrial growth. It means there are various kind of goods are produced or manufactured in the industry during the 1950-1990. Like a modern industry was no longer confined to textile and jute. That is the contribution of inward looking trade strategy. Industrial growth started spreading across engineering goods and wide range of consumer goods, those goods which we consume in daily in our life. And second thing is, owing to the inward looking trade strategy, there was a noticeable growth of the electronics industry also. Growth of automobile industry was also seen, but their development was very limited. If we talk in terms of international competition, then India was nowhere in the technology of automobile industry was nowhere in terms of international competition. Next, positive aspect of inward looking trade strategies, opportunities of investment. If you discuss in terms of opportunity of investment, then yes, protection of SSI, small scale industries opened new opportunities of investment for those who did not have much capital. New investment opportunities imply new opportunities of self-employment, and it promoted growth and equity. And what is small scale industry? Small scale industry are those industries where investment should not increase more than 5 crores. So in inward looking trade strategy, government promoted small scale industries because and protected small scale industries, because protection of small scale industries opened new opportunities or investment for those who did not have much capital or money. And with the promotion and protection of small scale industries, that is also this strategy of the government also help those who are self-employed, and through this the government was able to rise in GDP, and that also promote equity in the society. Now students, bad impact of inward looking trade strategies. What are the bad effect of inward looking trade strategy? It is seen that protection of public sector industry led to growth of inefficient monopolies. Telecommunication was a government monopoly till 1990. We all know that people, if you discuss with your elders, they will say that for getting a telephone connection, we had to wait for years and years just for a single connection. And what is the situation right now? Now we can get repeated SMS offering you a new telephone connection free of charge. That is the scene after 1991. And second negative effect of inward looking trade strategy is lack of competition and lack of modernization. If you talk your elders at your home, before 1990 we have hardly few automobile sector in India. These and only few cars were seen on the road. These basically the Ambassador and Fiat. Only two models produced by the domestic industry in India. and what is the scene of automobile sector. You can see that there are various kinds of new models are available in the market, and that is available after 1991 economic policy. India is especially if we talk about in the automobile sector. Before 1990, India was not able to produce world class automobile, and India was lacking in the modernization of automobile sector. Next negative aspect of inward looking trade strategy is indiscriminate spread of public sector enterprises. In between 1950 to 1990, the public sector enterprises started to taking the opportunities of private sector. They work as a they play as a role of crusader and started swelling up opportunities of investment for the private entrepreneurs. Because of this, the public sector enterprises are gradually showing the losses. So that is also a big negative aspect of inward looking trade strategy. Next is economically unviable state enterprises uh, is become a political compulsion. So because any private sector enterprises, you have seen that any private sector enterprises would ultimately shut down if found to be economically unviable unit. Means if they are not showing their profit, the private sector enterprises can be shut down. But in case of public sector enterprises, it is always has been a political compulsion to bear the losses and continue operating. Because the trade unions and politicians oppose shutting down the unviable public enterprises on the pretext of social injustice to the workers. These are the negative aspect of inward looking trade strategy, and gradually the government started realizing the bad impact of inward looking trade strategy, where where overshadowing the good impact. Whatever the negative aspect of inward looking trade strategy is, their impact is far than the positive aspect of inward looking strategy. uh, Accordingly, by the end of 1990, the government started giving a serious thought of new economic policy, which was put place in 1991. And new economic policy 1991, that new chapter that I will start in my next video. And in my next video I also discuss about questions that can be that are in your syllabus, in your NCERT book, and what kind of question can be asked in the final examination of 12th board. So students, in my next video I will discuss few questions, and I will start new chapter, that is new economic policy. Thank you.